Hello and welcome to another episode of the Uncommon Energy Podcast. On this week's episode, we're going to talk about EUIC registration. It has gone live, and by the time you're listening to this, all waves have completed. We don't know for sure if another wave will come out, but we'll talk about some of those details and numbers, things around that on this week's episode. We will, of course, also have Guess That Flavor Text, everyone's favorite segment of the cast. And then we're going to wrap it up this week by looking at a bunch of new cards coming out from the Start Deck 100s over in Japan. These cards will more than likely be a part of our Ascended Heroes set coming out in January. Yes, January. So just around the corner. Very much looking forward to it. It's going to be a big one and lots of impactful cards, it seems. So we're going to get into that. And then also, of course, have our weekly bonus episode exclusive to our YouTube channel members and Spotify subscribers. If you want to get that extra bit of content from us every single week, be sure to check that out. My name is Chip Ritchie, and I'm joined here, as always, by my friend and co-host, Azul GG. What's up, Azul? How we doing, buddy? How has your week been?
It's been pretty good, but I am curious, Chip. Am I getting like part of the check, or
What's up?
I mean, who paid you to say that this next set was going to be impactful? who paid you off? Am I
Hey,
getting?
there's that
Eh,
Pokepad card, right?
okay,
So
Pokepad's kind of
Mega
chill, but
Charizard seems pretty good.
it's
Mega Meganium
okay.
seems pretty good. I don't
I,
know.
I
There's
think we're
some
waiting.
potential.
I think we're waiting till rotation for a high impact, which is a little bit further
Sure.
away. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a classic January set, I think, which is usually nothing too crazy from the January sets. I think it's usually like the pretty consistent factor. We did get Badoo in the last one, right? But even then, like it didn't like change the top decks from the top decks. But I've had a pretty good week. Nothing too crazy this week. No major tournaments happening, nothing like that. So just doing a lot of streaming as always. And then kind of looking forward to the I'm gonna have like a week break coming up here for the holidays, leaving Saturday. I won't get back streaming until the 27th. So streaming the next couple days, and then week break for Christmas. What about you though, Chip? How was your week? What have you been up to besides getting big checks from Big P?
Week was good, yeah. Just chilling, not too much happening. Watched some football this past weekend. The Panthers, man, unfortunately, just could not lock down a dub. It was looking so good. For those who don't know, I'm not gonna like give all the background here of what's happening in the NFL and the NFC South, specifically the Panthers division, but basically we had a chance with a win this past weekend because the Buccaneers lost their Thursday night game. We had a chance to just like be have a super strong stranglehold on the division and get a playoff spot. And we lost to the 3-10 Saints, or I don't even remember what their record was. It was just brutal, man. It was a rough one, but we can still make the playoffs. We just got to beat the Buccaneers 2 times. So that's what we got to do.
Wait, how many games do they play in
17.
17? You play everyone in your division twice?
You play everyone in the division twice. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Because I was wondering, how are they playing against the Buccaneers twice with that many teams, that many games? But I know you play more people in your. Do you just play more people in your division or your conference?
You play more people in your you play you play the people in your division 2 times throughout the year, and then everyone in that division plays everyone in 2 other divisions throughout the year. So this year we played all the teams 1 time that are in the NFC West and also the AFC East, I believe, if I'm remembering right. Um,
Oh.
so all of the NFC South teams played each of those 4 teams 1 time because that's used as one of the tiebreakers to determine playoff spots and seeding and stuff like that is like record against similar opponents. And then there's a couple other games sprinkled in there where like we played teams that other people in our division didn't play. But um,
Interesting.
those what would that be? 10 games a year are kind of like set. Or no,
Okay.
12
Okay.
games, right? Yeah, 12 games.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't
Six.
know. I didn't know how they picked who played against who, but I know everyone. You didn't play against everyone. I knew
No.
that at the very least.
Yeah, definitely not everyone. But yeah, still control our own destiny, can still make the playoffs. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And then speaking, you mentioned collecting big checks from Big Peak. I've actually got a pretty cool thing coming out tomorrow, the day that this episode is coming out. So if you guys are interested in checking it out, I recorded the inaugural episode of a new uh series or a video type that they're doing at Pokemon called Champion Chat, where I sat down with Riley McKay and Isaiah Bradner. We talked about their rematch game actually that they played at the World Championships this past year, and kind of the interesting dynamics there of like, you just played each other at NAIC finals, and then here you are at Worlds facing off again, talking about the breakdown of how that game went and also like the emotions and thoughts behind all of that. Really, really cool. So shout outs to Pokemon. Thanks to them for bringing me out to moderate the discussion, and shout outs to Riley and Isaiah for being great. And yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it's going to be live on Twitch tomorrow, or today, I should say, the day that this episode comes out, 2 p.m. Pacific time, over on the Pokemon Twitch channel. I'm gonna try to pop into the stream at some point and say hello and check it out. So be sure to check it out. I would appreciate anyone getting some more eyes on it. I think it's cool concept for sure, and I'd like to see um, more evolution on it. Just to get to see it continue. So if hopefully if people show up for this one, it does well. They're happy with it. We can do it more in the future.
Yeah, definitely cool to see them making more content around the competitive space with things like this. That's really cool to see. I was actually kind of actually I clicked on the link you put in our Google Doc here. It's kind of disappointing to see the lack of engagement on the tweet. I just went ahead and threw out a retweet myself. That's kind of like I looked at it, I was
Yeah,
like,
they
wait,
didn't tag anyone. I actually didn't even see it until,
yeah.
like, hours later, so I wish they had tagged people in the tweet, to be honest, but yeah, looking forward to seeing how I have not seen the final product, so I'm looking forward to seeing how it all came together, but we actually yeah, we filmed it in person together in the studio that Pokemon has at their, TPCI office, so that was really cool to get to check that out, see the office up there in Seattle and, or Bellevue, I should say, and, yeah, see how it all looks. And they had, I mean, it was a whole big production and stuff, camera crew and hair and makeup, all that stuff. It was pretty cool. So a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
definitely cool. Excited to see the final product for sure. Maybe we'll like tune in live because I'll be streaming tomorrow around that time and see what came of it, what came together. See how you did, Chip. Um, we do have EUIC registration going that went up today, and went pretty fast, went pretty quick. But I don't think. I mean, I wasn't surprised. It went away. It went in like 2 seconds. I
Yeah.
did register and did get a spot in the first wave. Second wave coming up in I'm just actually trying to do the math. 8 hours, I think.
From right
So,
now.
yeah, yeah. So, obviously, when like Chip mentioned, when people are hearing this, it's, too far gone unless they do a 3rd wave, but the 2 scheduled waves will have already happened by then. So, went pretty quickly, but the numbers are up or seemingly up from last year. We won't know for sure until wave 2 has completed, though.
Yeah, it looks like 3,600 players registered as of right now. Last year at EUIC, there was 4,000 total players, all three age divisions. So I don't remember exactly what that number was, 42, 4,300-ish registered players. Of course, some no-shows in the mix. So 3,600 right now. Not sure how big the second wave would be. NAIC last year was 4,500-ish players. So what was it, like maybe like 4,700, 4,800? So there's definitely a chance that this could be the most registered Pokemon tournament ever. And if that, follows true, probably the most attended Pokemon TCG tournament ever. So always love to see the game growing. And it does seem like there's still quite a big demand. I guess we'll get kind of a better gauge of how steep the demand is based on how many people do or don't make it into this next wave, right?
Yeah.
I saw plenty of people tweeting out that they didn't get into this first wave, even though they were online right at time. So I mean, the demand is there. There's a ton of people trying to get these spots. Hopefully, everyone can make it happen. But yeah, we'll see. It's cool to see the game continuing to grow. The Excel Center is just so huge there in London. So I would just love to
Yeah.
see us be able to fill it out and make sure that there's enough. I mean, I think we could get. I mean, you've floated this number out there. I think we could definitely get a 5,000 person EUIC at some point.
Yeah. I think we could last year, EUIC and NAIC probably could have both been 5K masters. And the one thing that'll be cool to see this season for maybe we'll see it at EUIC. I feel like we won't. Will be if we get to that 4K number where we get the extra round in day 2, day 1, or phase 1. We get 9 rounds phase 1 if we get 4K 28 or something. So basically 4K players. I wonder if they gave the possibility for that to happen with the numbers. We won't know for sure until the tournament actually happens, unless the numbers are huge. If there's like 6,000 people registered, which I doubt, it'll probably be closer to like 5. The cap, I assume, will be closer to 5. But then juniors, seniors, no shows. Who knows if we'll actually hit that 4K or roughly 4K number to get the 9 rounds in phase 1. It also maybe is something that they put the cap around and maybe capped just under the number. It's possible as well. They don't want to have to deal with a ninth route in phase 1, possibly. But I think, yeah, I think if they got the space, I think we'd easily have 5K. Or maybe that is like kind of like the upper limit currently in the Pokemon TCG space would be we could have 5K masters at EUIC and NAIC. I think for sure. That might be the upper limit, but I think we could definitely pull that off. I think we could pull it off last year. I don't think we're gonna have the space for that at this EUIC. It doesn't seem like it anyways, because the second wave is usually like considerably smaller than the first wave. But maybe NAIC, maybe they went real big for NAIC.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that exact number. I do believe it is 40, 28. Let me see if I can. These are the go numbers. 4097. 4097 or more players gets us
97?
that extra round. Yeah.
Wait,
It's
isn't it?
4096 is like the cutoff, is the top
Oh,
end
okay.
of the top end of the previous bracket or whatever.
Okay, so we need more than 40. Okay, no, maybe that does make sense then.
So
Yeah.
it'd get us 9 rounds of phase 1 and then the 6 rounds we currently have of
Yeah.
phase 2. So yeah, it's just double 2048 to get to the current 6th phase 2 round and then double that 4096.
Yeah.
So we need that 4097th player.
Yeah. I think that's definitely easily obtainable for both these events. It just comes down to the cap space. How much space do they actually allot for Masters TCG? And I guess kind of total overall in the venue as well. It's gonna be the question. We'll wait and see. I don't think this EUIC does not look like they got us the amount of space for that many players. But I don't know. Maybe wave 2 is like maybe it's considerably bigger than it has been in the past. But I usually feel like wave 2 is like half
Yeah.
of wave 1 or something like that.
Yeah, it feels like it's like 2/3, 1/3, something like that, or even like 3/4, 1/4, something along
Yeah.
those lines. We don't know the exact numbers, of course, and they don't release like the numbers. The only way we even know how many people are registered is because, like, on the Arcanine player dashboard, after you register, it tells you how many people are registered for that tournament, and it's
Yeah.
that number of all people in your game type, not just age division, but game type. So all trading card game players is around 3,600 currently. So
Yeah. I wrote it down this time. I'm gonna start tracking it. Maybe someone out there actually has been tracking it. If anyone actually knows what the numbers were last year, put it in the comments. That'd be actually cool information to have. But I'm writing it down now because I actually want to know what the number differential is, and then just like year over year, what is the actual difference? Because if we get like we can go to Limitless and look at how many players played in each division, but that doesn't account for no shows. So
yeah, speaking of tracking, I did remember this tweet I saw last week based on one of our discussions last week from Benji Fam talking about EUIC registration prices and how it has changed over the years.
yeah,
Something he has kept track of, or someone has kept track of. He's got it here posted for us. And it's been a steady increase every single year. Ever since the we went back to London in 2023, 60 pounds, 70 pounds, 75, 85 pounds, 113 US dollars currently.
yeah, it's still climbing up. Like I said, though, it's like really tough. I don't like to. I mean, I like to defend myself from the shill allegations a little bit because it definitely isn't that. But people believe what they want to believe sometimes. But it's like it's just really tough to put up like a price on this. The price is at the end of the day in like a market in this kind of market. The price is what people will pay for it at the end of the day, truly. But I think there is like it's fine for like the community to have certain responses to
Yeah.
certain price increases or decreases or whatever. So
I think the easiest thing for Pokemon, so like yes, we can you can always like do things to make the player experience better, but sometimes it's like kind of hard to like gauge or quantify what those things could be just from like a dollars and cents level. Like how much value do you put on like I don't know, decreased line at the bathroom or whatever, right? Or like
Yeah.
having yeah. But I think like the easiest thing that Pokemon could do to help people like see value in the increase that probably costs them very, very little and would just increase the potential value for the players is just continuing to like improve the player registration kit and like add more items to this, right?
Yeah.
Cuz like I mean what would it cost them to like make a binder or something like that, nothing, $2 or $3, something like that, that if it has Mega Charizard slapped on the front theoretically adds, $40, $50, who even knows how much to the player's kit,
Yeah.
perceived value, right? So,
Or just more
I
potential. We talked about this in the past. This would be like a good thing to throw in with this as well. And I've gone as far as saying it should be just like a day two thing, would just be like promos, like a day two promo. Like that gives
yeah,
like that's like a much more obtainable goal for a lot of players. Um and I think a lot of players would find that to be really cool to like start to build up their day two promos and their binders or whatever like that. And it seems like a
yeah,
pretty easy thing for them to do as well. So like yeah, even adding more potential for um winning stuff at the tournament. I don't know what they do with like side events to be honest, but that also could be included in that in some way of like more event exclusive side event promos
yeah.
or mats or whatever. I don't know what that kind of looks like at the side event, so I don't know if that already exists to be honest.
Yeah, I know every year at Worlds, there is a playmat that is exclusive to the side event prize wall. That the only way that playmat like you can't buy it from the store. It's not the competitor playmat. It's totally different. It's exclusive to the prize wall at Worlds. So something like that. I mean, these ICs are big enough where it could warrant
Yeah.
something like that for
I mean,
sure.
even the regionals, I feel like regionals could warrant that to like some degree as well. Like, even as far as like the promos go, like
Well, they
day
have the
two promos
regionals
for
merch and
regionals, like
stuff now that they have set up and
it is
selling
true.
it
Yeah.
at all tournaments, which is cool to see too.
Do they have that for
Um,
IC? Do they have IC merch like that, or has it just been the regionals so far,
no,
or
they
is it
do.
like
Yeah, it's
okay?
in the Pokemon Center though, because like the
Oh yeah, I guess
ICs,
they do. Yeah.
it's like a combination of like just the Pokemon Center plus like event exclusive stuff in the Pokemon Center usually, right?
The regional stuff is just kind of the new stuff they haven't done before. Then
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I think it would be really cool for the regional stuff if there was like something that was exclusive to that region for
yeah,
each stop, right? But that's a little bit more logistically of a challenge to take on than just like having the same shirts for the whole season or whatever it is
yeah,
they plan to do, right?
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but I mean, do you remember the like dice that they used to give out at regionals and state championships and stuff like that? That was
Yeah,
always a really cool piece that people like, keep and use. I still see people to this day using those dice from regional championships a decade ago. Um, so little things like that I think would be cool.
yeah, definitely. Little landmark things to include to the players. Yeah, because it really is hard to quantify it and um yeah, I mean, you mentioned last week, and like, yeah, it is like I think to put on top of that to like look at it is like TPCI like loses money. I think this discussion came up on my stream as well after like the podcast. But yeah, TPCI they don't make money running these
No,
tournaments. The only person
no,
who makes money is the tournament organizers who run the regionals, right? Who like Gaming Gen or they make money, but they should make money. They're a business that's hired by TPCI to run a thing. But even TPCI loses money at regionals running the stream production, right? They're the ones who are running the whole stream side of things. They're losing money there. So um it's one of those things where it's like it's just so hard to quantify like what is the value, and is it worth it or not worth it? And one way you can always test is are people still buying the product, and people are still buying the product. It doesn't mean people's negative reaction to the price increase is unfair.
right,
It's not an unfair reaction, but in the market that we exist in, that is kind of the one thing they can go off. It's like, well, they're still buying the product. It would be cool, but I think Pokemon cares more than that. I think they do care more than that, right? And I think they want to try and give back to the players and stuff like that when they can find the opportunities to. Some things do feel a little bit slow. The lack of, I think, placement promos not existing in the Pokemon TCG for so long compared to like every other card game ever, um,
yeah.
stings a little bit. But hopefully, moving forward, they start coming out with some of this kind of stuff to kind of give back to the players, despite the registration fee increases.
I will say for like the placement promos, like, I think it would be so sick for sure.
Yeah,
And they exist at the ICs currently, like, the top 8 gets a stamped promo,
yeah,
so, like, they exist in some capacity. Um, I will say, I mean, I would be very much for these things, but, um for those other card games, those promos and stuff are like in lieu of prize money, right? We have prize money. These other games do not. And I think if you had to have it one way or the other, I think I'd
Yeah,
take
we'll
the
take
prize
the
money.
we'll take the prize money.
Yeah, the big bucks up top for sure.
Yeah,
What was it? 25K for winning an IC now?
yeah.
Like that's a lot of money. But promos are pretty cheap to produce.
I think
It
they would just
doesn't
be so
take
appreciated, especially if you go
yes,
as far
yeah.
down as making it like a day 2 promo. I just think that would be like I don't know, like,
Or
for me, I wouldn't care too much, right? But I feel like the mass amount of players, it would be such a good thing for players to play towards and, like, it's like a landmark for their progression in the game, you know? Like, making day 2, get your day 2 promo, yada, yada, yada. I don't know. It just feels like a no-brainer when I think about it.
I've
Um,
said this before, but I think it would be really cool if they did them as like exclusive artworks as well. Like,
yeah,
I think back to this Guzma artwork this was an exclusive one to regional championships. I guess it did come out in Japan, I imagine before this. So
yeah,
I think it's like a rescan but the only way this card came out in English was as a regional stamped promo. I think this is like the ultimate wish in my opinion because it like adds that extra layer of like uniqueness to the card, like a
yeah,
stamped card that said like day 2 or phase 2, right? Or top
yeah,
8 or top 32, whatever the placement is. What would also be I think pretty cool would be if they took the prize packs and implemented that like did something like that in day 2 where it's like a regionals level. Like you have your regular prize packs that you get at Pokemon League, but then there was like premium prize packs that you got for getting day 2 at a regionals that had like a guaranteed ultra rare hit in them or something like that, or like had a
yeah,
guaranteed alternate card. There I mean, I don't know. I think all this stuff sounds nice, of course, and I
yeah.
think would be cool, but like uh feasibility of it happening, I don't know.
Yeah,
You can dream.
we can keep coming up with ideas and hope that one of them sticks eventually. Hopefully someone else comes up with the idea at Pokemon and wants to do something like that.
Yeah. Well, all right, Azul, we can go ahead and just keep it rolling here. Oh no, I exited out of my
Can we not keep it
tab. Oh,
rolling?
no, I
Are we
did. No,
done?
we can't keep it rolling. Okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
I just accidentally opened it. I was worried I lost my guess that flavor text card, but I've still got it. But anyway, before we get to guess that flavor text, we do have to take a moment to thank our fantastic sponsor, Dragon Shield, for supporting us here at the Uncommon Energy Podcast. Dragon Shield, of course, makes some of the best card gaming and tabletop gaming products on the market. We love them for their sleeves, but there's tons of other things out there. I, of course, also use the Cube Shells and the Magic Carpet XL for card storage. They've got deck boxes, binders, all sorts of products. If you're into Dungeons and Dragons, there's all sorts of tools there for other tabletop RPGs. We love Dragon Shield and appreciate their continued support of us here on the podcast.
Yeah, definitely. Sure, go check them out. Dragonshield.com. Link in the description. Code.
Just gotta hope for them to get the Pokemon collab at some point. You know, they've got the Magic collab going. These
Yeah,
sleeves, pretty sweet, pretty slick. Just gotta get the Pokemon collab in there at some point.
hopefully in the future. We're all hoping. But for now, if you can use code UEPOD, get some other non-Pokemon themed products over there. UEPOD, get yourself 5% off. Support us directly here on the podcast.
Are the Mint Classics back in stock? Nope.
He's gonna check every podcast if they're there. Up next, guess that flavor text like Chip mentioned. This week, Chip is gonna pick a card, read the flavor text, and I have to try and guess which Pokemon and card it belongs to. I'll get 4 points with it if I don't use a single lifeline. For each lifeline I use, I get one less point. The lifelines are what's that the card is from, what stage the card is, and then read the attack name. Currently still leading, but a little bit of a drought, a point drought the last couple weeks. See if I can extend my lead this week, though. Chip, I'm ready for this
Yeah,
week's flavor text.
I'm really annoyed I didn't get last week's. I feel like I wasn't ever gonna get there because it just wasn't in you know how I'm sure you've had plenty of those things where it's like you think you hear it after the fact and you're like, okay, yes, I should have gotten that one, but like your mind just was never gonna get there based on what your thought process was at the time, you know? That's where I was last week with
Yeah,
the dino that you gave me. But yeah, I've got a card ready here, Azul, and yeah, I'm ready to read it. You ready to guess?
I'm ready.
It lives hidden within thicket shadows. When predators attack, it quickly bristles the fur covering its body in an effort to threaten them.
Read it again.
It lives hidden within thicket shadows. When predators attack, it quickly bristles the fur covering its body in an effort to threaten them.
Sounds like it could be something like a Poochiana or something like that. Bristles its fur. I don't know what bristling fur is exactly like, but I assume it would be like when like a cat makes its fur stand up on its back or something like that. I assume that would be bristling fur. So like Poochiana could do that. But I don't know if it's like a cat thing or if it's also a dog thing. Read to me one more time.
It lives hidden within thicket shadows. When predators attack, it quickly bristles the fur covering its body in an effort to threaten them.
Nickit sounds like Nickit, so it could be. I think I definitely need to use some lifelines. It does kind of sound like maybe a basic or a stage one, but that's not going to help me too much, I don't think. So I'm going to go with what set the card is from.
It is from XY base set.
I think did Thievel exist
It did
during X
not.
and I don't think Thievel did, but Poochiana definitely did. Or could have been a Poochiana in XY base set. All right, what stage is the card?
It is a stage one.
Don't that sounds like a little too tame for Mightyana. Are read to me one more time?
Yep. It lives hidden within thicket shadows. When predators attack, it quickly bristles the fur covering its body in an effort to threaten them.
It's a stage one.
That's what I said. It has
Could
not changed.
be be Meowstick, could be Mightyana. Just give me an attack name.
Stun Spore.
Oh my gosh. Oh, is it a bug? What was the one recently that had hair on its body? Was it like Blip Bug or something where the flavor text had hair and you were like, "What Blip Bug? Hair?" What's its fur? It said fur, right? It's fur, not hair.
The bristles, yeah, it quickly bristles the fur covering its body.
Okay. Stun Spore? XY base set? I was gonna say like no, but it wouldn't because I Florgato, but that's not. Oh, maybe the what is? I could be that. I guess that's all I have. What is the Chespin stage one? Chespin something chestnut. Chespin
Quilladin.
Quilladin. Let's go with Quilladin. Lock in Quilladin.
Locking it in.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were gonna get it. Whenever you said, "Oh," I thought you like the wheels were turning. No, the answer is Spoopa.
Oh, what the heck? Spupa? I would have never got Spupa because I like was kind of off the bug thing. Why does this guy
Yeah,
doesn't have a furry bug?
there he is.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, there he
Hairy
is.
bug, I could see that.
It doesn't say hairy. Yeah, fur. I get. Yeah, you said
That's what
furry.
I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yeah. A furry bug, I don't know about that. A hair,
Well,
a
it's like a
hair.
moth. Moths kind of have little
Okay,
bristles and
sure,
yeah,
sure.
you
They
know.
got fur, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Spupa. Shout outs to anyone who played Legends ZA. There was a Spupa side quest. The most love Spupa has ever gotten in a game. There a whole side quest about this guy.
Is what was it to? What'd you have to do to get him? Or what was like the?
It's in the there's a museum in Lumio City, and there are 12 Spupa who have gotten loose in the museum, and you have to go
Oh
around the museum and find
no.
them. And they're hidden in very funny places.
Interesting. What do you do with them?
Return them to their trainers. And then you return the 12 Spupa, and all of a sudden, there's actually a 13th Spupa.
Oh
Where did
my
it come
goodness.
from? We don't know, but they give you the 13th Spupa as a reward.
Do you even want it?
Well, it's actually interesting. So, Vivian, it has all
Yeah.
these.
Different colors, right?
Yeah, and all the
Mhm.
Yeah, it's Vivian. All the Vivian you get in the regular game from just, like, catching a,
Wait, is it
uh
Vivian? It's not Vivian.
it is Vivian, yeah.
You just don't pronounce either of the L's?
It's French, Vivian.
What?
It's Vivian.
We should just ban that country. That they just need to go. Is that actually how you
Oh,
pronounce it?
yeah, yeah,
Dude, nah, they're done, bro. They're done.
yeah, I'll confirm it, but you always make me second guess.
Well, I mean, that does not look like Vivian.
It's Vivian.
Just get rid of
Vivian.
the L's.
Vivian.
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 Shout out to Sarah B. The hookup on the pronunciations.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I knew I was right, but anyway, it's
Yeah.
fine. Uh,
That's how I've been feeling recently with my
the
chat. My chat will say something, and I was like, no, I've stopped second guessing myself. I was like, nope, I'm right. I'm not gonna have this discussion.
but anyway, all the what's the little guy's name? What's it? It's Scatterbug. Yeah, Scatterbug. All the Scatterbug you catch, if you evolve them in the base game, they all have this
Wings.
coat, the
Mhm.
wings pattern. But the one you get from that side quest, the one Spupa you get from that side quest, is the only one in the whole game that can have a different uh thing. So
Am
you
I
you
thinking of
you
a
could want it. You could want it.
Am I thinking of a different Pokemon? I thought there was a Pokemon where because like if you go back to look at all the Vivians in that we have in the TCG, I thought we had like bunch with a bunch of different colored
Yeah,
wings.
it's this one. Every language Vivian has a different color pattern, but it's just the
Oh,
different language versions. I don't know.
okay.
Do you? I
I
think
was like,
we should go to Limitless for this. I'm pretty sure if we click on this card, it is this one. Um,
change. Oh, there we go. At the right there, it says English, language English.
oh,
Down,
there we
down.
go.
There you
Yep.
go. Let's
So
see.
there's English. There's oh
Aw. Wait, are you
wait,
sure?
yes, it's definitely a thing. And it's this card.
Hang on, let me see.
It's definitely this card. Yeah. Here you go.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Robin was just like, "Screw that." I'm just gonna
It might not be every language, and it might not be all those main languages he
Sure.
has on the website.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Although, yeah, that is funny though. Chip was like second guessing
I
again.
mean,
He was like, "Am I just losing my
definitely
mind?"
this definitely looks German, whatever this word is. Like
Yeah.
this is a German card for sure.
We're gonna wake up tomorrow and they're all gonna be pink wings, and it's gonna be called pronounced Pavilion.
Vivian,
Vion.
the more you know. All right, Azul. Well, let's keep it rolling here and get into our next topic, which is going to be to look at the cards from the new Start Deck 100s coming out in Japan. For those who don't know, this product is actually a really cool product. I think these retail for like the equivalent of $5. It might even be cheaper than that because I think it might be like 599 yen or something like that. Or actually, I bet you it says it here on this article.
Yeah, I
Nope,
see it
maybe
at the
not.
no, it is at the top. You missed it.
Oh, eight hundred and
6.
ninety one yen, so less than $6. But yeah, very cool product, because, it's just it's actually, like, surprisingly small. It literally is, like, the size of a card just on the shelf, and it's 60 cards in a box, and that's it. And it's a whole deck, and it's like a super easy intro beginner product. And they also have non-hollow EXs in them, which is another
Yeah.
really, really cool thing. I saw someone pointing that out. This is like I think the third iteration of this line of products, second or third. Um, and there are non-hollow EXs, which is really cool.
There's 100 different decks, right? That's like the thing? Or no?
Yes, yes,
Okay, okay.
yes. There are 100 unique decks. And I also do think there are some like rare decks, or there at least have been in the past, like where There it was definitely a thing in the past where you could open one up and it had, like, all reverse hollow versions of the cards
Mm,
compared to.
like a God pack type deal.
Yeah, exactly. But I would love to see some product similar to this come out in the US, and I think the collectors would be into it too because if it was, like, the only way that you could get these cards, right, I think it could do pretty
I think that
well.
would make them not into it, to be honest. I think they would actually be that sounds like something they would be mad about, but I wouldn't care, but it does sound like something they would be mad about.
If it cost $5, dude, like,
That I mean, that's true. If they were just only like $5, that is fair. It would be a
yeah,
pretty low price
even
point.
or $10 or whatever, like
Yeah,
7.99. But yeah, tons of new cards, new EXs. Interesting, a Voltorb EX, a non-evolving or yeah, non-fully evolved Pokemon is an EX. That's not Pikachu. You don't see that too often. New trainers cards. There's Erica's cards. There's Larry's cards. So let's go ahead and hop into it. And these cards will be coming out in Ascended Heroes,
I
which will
think
be a
all of them.
combination of Mega Dream, Start Deck 100 cards, and reprints as well. So it's going to be a large, large set.
Yeah. It's gonna be I feel like is that actually true? Is that usually how the January sets are? They usually pretty big sets in comparison?
Yeah, hang
Well, I guess
on.
we
Let's
just had like
see.
we had an historically small set in the
Look, it's
modern
going to be on
era.
here. 217 cards
Yeah.
in the base set.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we had a historically small set with Phantasmal Flames, right? Or
Yeah.
in modern era, because like back in the day, that was actually the normal size of sets was what
Yeah, yeah.
Phantasmal Flames was. So actually, I guess we don't know how big the next main set is going to be, if that is a trend or if that's just like a one off.
All right, well, let's get it rolling here. And we're going to start off. We're not going to talk about every card because some of
Yeah.
them pretty vanilla, pretty bad, but some interesting ones are just some, the ones I feel like stopping and reading pretty much because Azul can't stop me. All right, let's get into the Erica's Pokemon first. We've got Erica's Vileplume EX. The ability Envious Scent. Once during your turn, you may heal 30 damage from each of your Pokemon, reminiscent of the Vileplume GX, if you remember that card. Powder Bloom, 160 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned and asleep.
Yeah. So this one is like pretty weak. Honestly, the biggest part about it is definitely its ability.
Yeah.
Like, but the most I could see you doing with this would be like some kind of stall deck where you set up 4 Vileplumes and you just kind of retreat between them.
Yep. Yep. Or some other big Pokemon, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I feel like Vileplume GX had a moment in a deck at some point, right? Let me
That does
see.
sound. Wait, Vileplume GX. I don't even
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
that one. When you said that, I was thinking of the Vileplume EX that you played in Mewtwo at some point, but
Oh, it's the same card.
oh, is it?
Yeah, it's this guy.
Oh yeah. Oh, it
And
was
that
a
it was
GX, yeah.
mostly played in Mewtwo decks, it looks like, but there was also people played it as like a one of in the
Was
Rallard Executor deck.
oh yeah, because you might as well. You have all the other Vileplumes in there. This deck was
Yeah.
actually super cool, to be honest. This is like one of the cooler expanded decks. That didn't feel overly oppressive. It was just kind of taking advantage of the current
Dude,
meta
this
game.
tournament is like one of the most cursed tournaments of all
It was
time,
such a
dude.
terrible tournament.
Holy cow.
Trevenant, Dusknoir, man.
I remember us
Melodic.
having it was one of my first tournaments casting, and I remember there being like a ridiculous uh uh like hour delay. No, it wasn't an hour, but it was a really long delay on the broadcast because we were waiting for John Mostovi and Colton Day's game to finish in the one side of the bracket in top four, which was Raladin Alone Executor versus this Hoopa stall deck. Like literally they're doing nothing
Yeah.
for forever. It's like almost an infinite, like I don't remember the exact situation. Colton can technically attack though, and did I guess eventually find a way to get ahead on prizes. Mahone will famously talk about this
Yeah.
tournament because he is the only like fair, normal attacking deck in this top cut, the last tournament before the pandemic. But even his deck, like a fair attacking normal deck, was a 340 HP stage one Pokemon that did a gajillion damage, just knocked out your opponent's active.
Yeah. And the way
Stinger
he
GX to put
lost,
him to 3 prizes. Yeah.
you remember how he lost
I've
against
heard
John in cut?
I don't remember all the details, but it's something like John got it was like
Leo
turn
KO'd an egg
yes.
in overtime to get ahead in the
Well,
prizes.
I thought it was something where like
Maybe even them going
Mahone.
to Mahone, like, left the Executor in the act because he's like, "Oh, he's got no way to KO this," and then he killed it with Litleo,
Oh,
I
he KO'd
believe.
it with Lilio. Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard Mahone say, I think before that like they were in game 3, but he had like a slow start, and John before Mahone could take, because it's like whoever takes the first prize
Yeah.
before and Mahone has limited energy. He has 4 triple
Yeah.
acceleration, 2 special charge. Before Mahone could attack with anything, John got to a board through AZ of just dolls.
Maybe that's how he won a game. Oh, maybe he did that and then the Litleo came
And
up
then the Litleo
eventually.
thing
Yeah,
happened.
that
Yeah.
might have been it. Yeah,
Yeah.
all I know is Litleo KO'd an Execute at some point with
Take
takedown.
down, baby. Take him down, Litleo.
Yeah. What did the Rapidash go back to Mahone's deck, what did the Rapidash do? A
Makes
1/1.
can be affected by special conditions. So it stopped what's it called? Darkrai GX from just one hit KOing a
Oh,
Snorlax, I think was probably the big thing.
that's pretty cool.
Was
Or
that
is
still
there
a card? It
was
was
there
still a card.
was there paralysis lock in this format as well? I don't remember.
Shock Lock was always a threat in an expanded tournament somewhere along the way, right?
Yeah. Man, look how cringe this is. Another
Didn't you
cool
get
deck
top
though,
did you get top
honestly.
30 this tournament?
No. Another cool deck was the Baby Necrozma deck though, actually. That deck was kinda cool.
Yeah, this deck was cool. I
Some
remember
cool
this
stuff
deck.
did happen, 'cause there were some cool decks in Expanded for sure, but
But all
mostly
the cringe
cringe.
stuff floats its way to
Yeah,
the
the cringe
top.
stuff is just too good, like this.
Yeah, for those who don't know, little history lesson. Dude, holy cow, this deck is $658 to build because it takes 2 Gengar Mimikyu.
If we played if Pokemon was just only an ongoing expanded format, we'd be as expensive as Yu-Gi-Oh! For sure.
Um, the way this deck worked pretty much is that you would go second, turn 1, Horror House GX. Your opponent can't play any cards from their hand. And then on your next turn, you evolve into Melodic. You would use its ability Energy Grace to knock it out, load up energy onto Trevenant and Dusknoir Tag Team GX, use Ace Trainer to put your opponent to just 3 cards in hand, and then Night Watch to take 2 of those random cards from your opponent's hand,
Yeah.
leave them with just 1 card in the hand before they've really been able to do too much.
And Garbodor as well to ability
Yep,
lock them.
yep. It is a pretty
Salt injury.
cringe deck.
Yeah. One of the most cringe.
Um, maybe it's a good thing the Charlotte Regional Championships didn't happen that year because
Didn't they ban Melodic though?
no,
No, it
it got banned during the pandemic.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Charlotte
Were
Regionals was
people
going to
playing?
happen in this format.
Was it, like, a couple weeks after?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was like in March of 2020.
Probably for the best, to be honest. Maybe the pandemic saved us from maybe the worst Pokemon TCG regional championships of all time.
There were other cool. This was a cool deck from Frank here in top 16. The Mew box deck.
What was this one? Oh, yeah, I remember this deck.
Dimension Valley Mew, Cramorant,
Yeah,
Clefairy.
deck was cool. But see, oh, yeah, all the cool decks are just, like, bad. That's, like, the problem with Expanded. It's like, at the end of
All
the
the cool
day
decks lose to the cringe decks.
yeah, and all the cringe decks are, like, far superior. Yeah, nothing cool could exist.
Well, let's keep it going here. Wow, I can't believe that Vileplume GX got us to talking about the Collinsville Regional Championships in 2019 or 2020. Um, and then Erica's Tangela here is an interesting one for sure. I mean, it's a pretty strong ability, right? Basic Pokemon, Colorful Riot. Use this ability once during your turn, search your deck for an Erica's Pokemon, reveal it, put it in your hands, and shuffle your deck. So the same thing as Gabite, right? For the Cynthia's deck. But
Yeah.
on a basic, that's actually pretty good. The problem is that all the Erica's Pokemon are not that good.
Well, you didn't read Victory Bell. Victory Bell, it actually isn't, like, you could make a Victory Bell deck pretty reasonably, I think. For sure. Does
I
40
mean,
damage for each Erica's Pokemon. I mean, you're like 2 hitting, right?
to do 240 damage.
Well, probably less because we probably need Meganium, but 200 damage. We 2 hit everything. You could get Area Zero involved, though. We could go wide with,
But then
like,
we
Grass
don't
Turtle
have the
Fun.
grass stadium.
Oh, that's true. All right, we can't go wide. That'd be tough to go wide, actually.
Yeah, this card
Yeah.
sucks, buddy.
I mean, it's cool, but yeah, the Tangle is actually an insanely powerful ability, like you mentioned, but nothing great to go with it.
Well, we'll never see it be played. All right, we've got a Mega Meganium here. Spoiler alert for anyone who has not finished Pokemon Legends ZA. Yes, Mega Meganium. There it is. I kind of wish that they had made these like their secondary typings. The starters fairy type Meganium, but or psychic type, I guess it would be in
Yeah,
the
I was gonna say
TCG.
fairy type.
It is a fairy type.
Yeah. Have they done that
Uh,
at all with any of the other megas? That's like we can wonder if they're just staying away from that in general. Have all the megas just been their base typing?
uh, what is? I mean, like
Everything has seemed pretty normal to
currently or
me so
even old
far.
ones.
Like currently, just like this iteration of megas.
Let's see. Let me just get a
Everything
quick
so far from
scan.
what I've seen, nothing stands out to me as being like it's like, oh, why is that type?
No, I don't think so. Mega Sharpedo is it water dark before it's just dark type?
I mean, there's most of the Sharpedos I've seen have been dark type. So non megas. So to me, that
Yeah.
doesn't stand out as anything weird.
Right, but I don't know what its base type is in the game. It is a water dark type, so
I guess I don't mean base. I just mean like what it normally. Well, I guess that would like apply to the video game. It would just be like a video game thing. Yeah, it's like the type that it games from becoming mega. Are any of them
Gengar is uh poison type as opposed like dark type here, and it's normally a psychic type, right? For ghost.
true? Yeah.
So that's one. But yeah, we got Meganium. Giant Bouquet, 70 plus. This attack does 50 more damage for each grass energy attached to this Pokemon. I think the big thing to point out here, of course, is that it is a Pokemon that evolves from the same evolution line as the Meganium from the Mega Evolution base sets.
Yeah. So this is actually like a pretty good addition to any Meganium deck, to be honest. It's 70 plus 50 more for each grass. So 2 grass energy, 270, 3 grass energy, 370. And that's just not that much. You have both Meganiums in play. You have 3 basic grass energy attached. They double to 6. And you're 1 KOing literally everything. Like even the megas coming out, you're 1 KOing all of them.
Yep.
So I mean, that's just a pretty good option to have in there. You still need some form of grass energy acceleration. So you'll have to have Teal Mask. Wait, does Teal Mask rotate?
No.
No. Okay, cool. You'll have to have Teal Mask, or I can't even think of like another way to get energy in play, to be honest. I mean, you could manually build them up and then Venusaur could move them around. Because like with the beefy HP of the Meganium, you'd want to avoid like liabilities on your bench. But yeah, I don't know. This is like it's a pretty good card, I think, for the other
Yeah.
tools that we have available.
I think Teal Mask Energy Switch is going to be probably the most straightforward way. There is also the like Hydrapple EX option, but that's like another stage too. So that seems
Yeah.
not great, but that can get the extra energy on anything, right?
Yeah, and they
Um,
kinda do the same thing, you'd wanna lean on the Mega Meganium being your one-hit KO potential.
yeah, I could really see this being like pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah. It's just big, KOs everything.
Yeah,
Um,
synergetic with other things that exist already.
yeah, it is weird when they give these Pokemon, like, 3 colorless energy for the attack, like, what are they you can Ignition Energy it and do 70 damage, like,
The option
yeah,
is there.
yeah. Turn 1 or turn 2, if you went first, you can donk their Ralts with an Ignition Energy, like, I guess, or just attach 2 Grass Energy. I don't know. Yeah, it's just weird when they have that there. I guess they would like the only thing they'd make room for would be like having a mist and a single grass there for 170, but
Yeah,
that's
there you go.
pretty weak. Yeah, but I guess if mist energy is that good, then you have that as a possibility.
We're really only going to read the new stuff. So, like, we've read Mega Charizard Y before, but
Yeah,
we'll keep it
good
rolling here.
card.
We got Mega Embor EX. You did mention, 3 energy on this KOs anything, but doesn't KO this guy. 380 HP, Mega Embor EX. And yeah, 320 damage for a fire colorless, and it does 60 damage to itself. It's got a lot of HP. 320 is a lot of damage. Doesn't seem great though.
Yeah, hitting yourself for 60 is like, I mean, yeah, the HP, like you realize the HP isn't as big of a deal when you realize that it hits itself for 60. So you could like preemptively punch it, wait until it punches, then deal with it. Yeah, one of the few survivors of Meganium with 3 energy, but you won't be able to attack back if you do that. So, but I mean, this is just like another piece for a potential M board deck, right? A really big heavy hitter for 3 energy, 320 damage. Like that's pretty good. Maximum, you attach maximum belt and you're KOing everything. Yo, what that Pig Knight is like in battle though. He's like,
He's struggling, buddy.
yeah, he is not. I don't think he's winning. Or Tepig, excuse me. But yeah, I don't know. This is like another piece for a Embor Firebox deck. I don't think we're there yet, but you have this. You have the Reshiram EX. You have the Reshiram non-EX. Like this is something. This is like a card I feel like was missing. Was big one hit KO potential
Yeah,
early
like
in the
early
game.
game. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and you are like I said, you're just a maximum belt away from KOing everything in the format. So
Yeah, so it's got a
besides
lot of the
the
similar
stealth.
stuff going for it that the Meganium does, right? Because it has
Yeah.
a regular Embor that is really good, right? I spelled that wrong. I almost spelled it wrong again. But the big difference is like the Force of Vitality for sure. Like
Yeah.
Force of Vitality, one of the best stadiums in the game to be able to just like pop your guy into play right away like that. Not having access to that, no bueno.
Yeah. Not as
Makes
good.
it seem pretty weak. Then we got Mega Feraligatr EX, 370 HP, and it is stage 2. Of course, it's got the Killer Crunch, 200 damage, 2 water and a colorless. If your opponent's active has damage counters on it, this attack does 200 more damage.
A little bit of a trend here, I guess. One hit KOing everything.
Yeah.
But this one doesn't need any modifiers. I guess Meganium only needs 3 energy. This also only takes 3 energy. And that'll be the struggle thing for this thing, though. It's like Excalibur is your only way to set this thing up, I think. And then on top of that, you need to find a way to get damage on your opponent's side of the field. Unless you're gonna play like some kind of Crispin build, I guess. Then Monkey Dory could get involved as a way to get damage. I think there's too many pieces.
Crispin with a
Um,
stage 2 doesn't seem very good.
yeah, I think it's a little bit too much going on
Yeah.
for
You need to really
uh
like for the decks that can play Crispin as their supporter need very little because their attacker is a basic generally,
yeah.
right? Whenever your attacker is a stage 2 or even a stage 1, you got to do a little bit more work. You need to use your supporter for turn to be like drawing cards. You can't really often afford that supporter for turn to be something auxiliary like that, like a Crispin, right?
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, it does not seem particularly strong. Mega for
Yeah, this is
alligator.
definitely the weakest of the 3, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is a bummer because it's the best mega design of the 3. Except for whenever I don't know if you've seen when it walks around in game, it's like Finn is just like sticking up in the air and it looks so goofy.
No, I don't think I have seen it. That made me think of the Baxcalibur. That looks goofy. Wait, is it a Mega Baxcalibur or is it like a
It is a Mega Excalibur coming
okay.
out. Yeah, here is that's what it looks like. It's just walking around with this big hood popped out of its head.
Oh, and then it chomps.
Yeah.
Does
I
that
think it's
fin look
supposed to be like a
good?
dorsal fin, right? But
Wait, scroll up. So in its mega form, it has the fin sticking out.
yes, this is Mega for Alligator.
And then when it attacks, it goes into big head mode.
It like chomps down. It's like its
Yeah.
arms have the teeth on them.
Oh, its arms are part of it. I was wondering where the bottom
That's the
half of the jaw
jaw.
comes
Yeah.
from. He's kind of he looked cooler
See?
in the card artwork. See, this is what the thing is. I just like never really know how these cards actually look. But also, it does kind of look like it's like the guy in the. Oh, I did you. All right, I did see the claws at the bottom of the chin of the thing, and I thought that was like stitches. I was like, is it like in a puppet? Like I was like trying to figure out what was going on.
No, yeah,
But
it's
that
its
makes more sense.
fingernails.
Those are its arms.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's like the guy in like a mascot suit a little bit for sure.
Sure, yeah. I think that's kind of what it's going for. I think in game it would have looked just way cooler if the hood was just like hunched over it the whole time, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, for
I was a
sure.
little disappointed because I my starter in Legends ZA was Totodile and was a little disappointed when I mega evolved and he had this big goofy fin walking around the whole time. Regice, not great, but I'm gonna read it because it's got Regicharge, attach 2 basic water energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon for a colorless. And Ice Prison, 140 damage. Discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Anytime a card has that line on it, I always say it's worth remembering. This one does feel pretty bad, though. It just needs a lot of energy. It's a stage 2 that gets KO'd pretty reasonably by a lot of stuff, but anything that automatically paralyzes your opponent, worth keeping in the back of the mind.
Yeah, the only thing with and that's like actually one thing with the Feraligatr as well. It's like the only way to set this up that I can think of. I mean, I guess it is like 3 colorless, so you could play it in some kind of electric box deck, but like Baxcalibur does rotate, right? So, um, for straight like mono water decks, like they're gonna be struggling a little bit for energy acceleration, it feels like for until we see something new. They can't like we don't know anything for sure.
Yeah. Azumarill EX, stage 1, 270 HP, psychic type with the ability Bubble Bundle. As often as you like during your turn, you may move an energy from one of your Pokemon to this Pokemon. And then Energy Balloon 60 plus. This attack does 40 more damage for each psychic energy attached to this Pokemon.
Yeah. We have high potential, right? You can hit pretty hard, but the only good way to get energy in play, I think, is Zatu. Besides Guardy, but I don't think we're playing this in
I was going
Gardevoir.
to say, have you heard of Gardevoir EX? But
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
there's better options with Gardevoir.
Yeah, just play some Drifloons and Bravery Charms or whatever.
There
So,
is the what's it called, Wonder Patch, right? So
yeah, Wonder Patch plus Zatu might be the only way to get this thing going. And it would be like a
Mega Guardy EX. Use that first attack. Just put a bunch of energy in play, and then yeah, absorb them all and bubble blast.
no. No, I don't think so.
No, I'm trying to find the vision here, buddy.
There's no vision.
I don't. I think some of these cards are new, but I am gonna kind of skip over some of
There
the
was
weaker
the only
ones
thing
here.
worth looking at was B, the Stunfisk, because it is another everyone's favorite retreat lock Pokemon with that
Oh,
big
sure.
bite. And it is different than the other ones because I mean it's a two price Pokemon, but it has more HP, which
Yep.
definitely something that could be exploited as being a retreat lock Pokemon that if anyone can't retreat, you do 30 damage.
Hero's Cape, Penny, like there. He's not dying.
Yeah, so I don't know if I love to see that, but I do one thing I do like about the retreat lock Pokemon is it's one of those things where it's like it like forces people to be honest with their deck building. The fact that they exist, and they can be because we have so many of them, they can be more easily slotted into more decks. But it's like it feels like we have enough options right now. Like, do we need another one?
Evil Tall,
But
Maractus, Knackley, like
I guess does Maractus rotate? Do we
no.
lose No, we don't even lose Maractus. We're just gonna get Sunfisk on top of that. All right.
And then we've got another new trainer's Pokemon to look at. Larry's Pokemon here. Larry's Dunsparce and Larry's Dunsparce EX. A little unfortunate here for this one. You cannot use the existing
Yeah.
Dunsparce to like have a little bit of a draw engine here. It does not work like that. Larry's Dunsparce and Larry and regular Dunsparce are two different Pokemon. But yeah, Larry's to Dunsparce EX. Work Rush 80 times. Flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon. This attack does 80 damage for each heads. And then I will go ahead and read alongside it the Larry's Komala. Lethargic Charge. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may attach an energy card from your hand to your active Larry's Pokemon. So I think the things to note here from reading this is um, you're not limited to one lethargic charge per turn, right? You can use multiple. And it does say energy card, not basic energy card. Any energy card can be attached.
We do have ignition energy, but that's kind of it for like multi energy. Is that the only multi energy in the format that's not an A spec?
Yeah, I mean,
Reversal,
yeah,
I guess, but can't use that
reversal
with.
doesn't work with this. There's Neo upper, but that is not stage
Yeah, I
two, right? Is there's not another A spec that gives multi energies, right?
don't think
I
so.
don't think so,
I
right?
think that's it. Yeah. We have enriching legacy, but those are all one. So yeah, there's not like. Wait, does it say attach it from hand?
What? Yes, yeah,
The
yeah. You're not searching your deck for that, buddy.
Yeah, yeah. Could we draw with enriching energy? I guess the only thing I'm thinking. Like we
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. I mean, it's kind of cool, but I don't know if you'd play enriching energy. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of waiting for some more multi energies or just like high impact special energy. We just don't
Yeah.
have a lot of that right now. Like, I mean, you can play mist energy. I guess like that's a thing.
Jet
I guess you
energy for
can.
mobility.
Yeah, so you can get the effective jet, which is just cool, right? That is like a cool interaction. But we're waiting for a little bit more, I think. But I think I literally I it is kind of Like, it's unfortunate that it's on, like, playing cards with, like, flips always feels a little bit less enjoyable, like, the kinda gameplay that they can express, especially an attack like this. Like, no one likes getting their Pokemon one-hit KO'd by, like, 4 Kangaskhan heads, obviously, but I think this could be good, to be honest, like, if we get enough special energies or, like, high impact special energies.
Do you remember the Crimorant VMAX?
Yes, and that was played, right? Wasn't that played as, like,
I think Robin
a
played
one
it
of?
to, like, a Players' Cup or something like that.
Yeah, I think I remember it being in, like, Tempo Zard, um, at some point. I don't know what the reasoning was, though.
It's not in here. Wait, no, Robin definitely played this card, I wanna say.
Maybe not, maybe you're making it up.
Maybe he doesn't. No, dude, he played this card during the pandemic in one of these online tournaments for sure.
Oh, there was the other builds with it as well, but I don't think they were super competitive. But people played it in, I don't remember.
I'm finding it.
Was it a Porygon?
Yeah,
Crimson
Porygon
VMAX
Z, yeah, yeah.
Porygon? Yeah, okay. There's a couple different ways that it was
There's
played.
one limitless page or one limitless entry for this card from a, uh, Taiwan regional league. Dude,
Oh, that is the deck, yeah.
I swear maybe it was Whimsicott that I'm thinking of. I know Mahone played Whimsicott to, like, one of the, Players'
Players
Cups.
Cups.
I remember that being, like, a big thing where people were like, "Dude, why is he not taking it seriously?" He's like, "Dude, I'm stuck at home, man. I'm just trying to flip some coins." Like, he was just vibing. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. You do get to a point where you're like flipping enough coins that it becomes pretty good. And again, similar to the Erica's Tangela, right? The fact that Komala is a basic, right? You can use multiple
Yep.
of them. I mean, it's a pretty strong ability. Um,
Yeah,
there's
I
not
mean,
a good
like,
way in the format right now to like recycle the ignition energies, right? Once they're gone,
no.
they're gone.
I think they're just done, right?
So like, I mean, I think this deck is wanting like a special charge or something like that to exist,
Honestly,
which does not.
the more I'm kinda doing the math, though, like, if your bench 3 Komala, 2 Dunsparce, and then probably Fez, like, you're putting 4 energy in play a turn, and, like, you can hold your ignitions until you really need them. Like, you're hitting pretty hard pretty fast, to be honest. I don't know.
Yeah, I think this deck will make a great YouTube video for you or LDF, and then that's a great place for this card to live for sure.
But yeah, maybe some other special energy in the future can carry it to the top. We'll see, we'll see.
All right. Well, I think that is it for the new cards. There was a new boss's orders, but it's just an artwork change, right? We already have
Yeah.
a I regulation mark boss.
Oh, that's
Draw three.
the
The waitress, I guess, yeah, is a new one. I don't think we talked about it last week.
I was gonna say the other thing to talk about was Judge. Judge did officially
Yes.
get the regulation upgrade for anyone who's unfamiliar with it as well, because I feel like a lot of people aren't fully familiar with it. Like it's really easy to understand the Pokemon TCG's rotation. We just rotate a letter every single year. Currently, we're on G, and you just follow the alphabetical order. So next year it'll be H, and rotation just happens beginning of April. So it's pretty easy to follow what stays in and out of the Pokemon TCG. Sometimes they will update stuff, and those can be like the little things that are like a little bit more people are less aware of. Like they did confirm that we're going to get Judge updated with a was it a J regulation or
Yeah.
I regulation?
Yeah, and it was a big deal because I think a lot of people were waiting to see if we would get any sort of new hand disruption supporter because as of now, when rotation happens, Iono rotates, Judge was rotating, there was not going to be any good hand disruption cards.
Yeah. Research
Now
also rotates, right, as well? Research is
I think there's a
on?
new research.
Did we get one? I feel like it still rotates as of right now.
No, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, they're all G
Yeah, I don't know if there was any one of those kind of updates where we saw it get a because it wouldn't show up on PKM and cards, but
from like one of
maybe
these start decks.
yeah, I'm sure someone has seen it. Let us know comment section down below. Do we have research survive in rotation? And
No,
I want it to survive because I think we have Lily is just such a ridiculously powerful card. Like, I think we to have something match it in terms of like a more aggressive strategy with research would be like good for some styles of decks.
Oh,
So
you can get Carmine in there, you know?
yeah, I sure we still have Carmine. They're forcing the Carmine propaganda on us at this point, I guess.
But yeah, I think that is gonna be all the new cards that we haven't talked about yet. Oh, here's the thing. Yeah. This is what I was talking about earlier. Some of the decks will come with secret rare cards. For example, deck number 25. Yeah, so each of the 100 decks is numbered. So deck number 25 always includes the Pikachu EX below.
I looking at that card again, I was like, What special Pikachu EX? That Pikachu EX does not look. It looks like a just a normal Pikachu. It doesn't look like a Pikachu. It doesn't look like an EX card.
Yeah, sure.
It looks like an illustration art of a non toolbox card.
Actually,
It's a
I did a
shame.
video on these on my YouTube channel years ago with my buddy David. Is it privated? Oh, did I really
Oh, like
private that one?
playing with them.
Yeah, it was a little challenging because they're all in Japanese, but did I not end up maybe I didn't. I think I bought them, maybe we didn't actually do it. I feel like I wouldn't have. I like just unlisted most of my videos on my channel forever ago. I wouldn't have thought that would have been when I would have unlisted though. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, very cool product. Again, I would love to see something like this come out for us here. I've been saying it since this product came out. But for now, Japan, of course, gets to just have all the nice things.
Yeah. It's also yeah, like you mentioned, it's like a really it would be a really good way to get people into the game as well to have this product exist
I did
here.
unlist it. I found it. I'm going to re-unlist it. So it's on my YouTube channel if anyone wants to find it. We did a video on these cards. Open these things up. And yeah, there you go. There you see how literally when you open it up, it's this tiny little box. And those that you get those tiny little damage counters. And that's it. Like that's like what comes in the box is like the cards and that
Yep, you're ready to play.
ready to play.
Pokemon Catcher.
Yeah, you get some good cards. And I think like here you can see the non-hollow. Yeah, dude, like non-hollow Vs and Vmaxes. It just feels so right. I don't know. It just makes me wish that we had that. Makes me jealous. That would be another reason for this product to come out. So we can have non-hollow Vs and
Yes, those would be
yeah.
I wish those just kind of existed in general. I don't even know how they would print them though. I mean, I yeah, because I mean, like even in like Japan's normal set, I guess this covers like such a wide range of cards though. There's so many because like I saw that it's like 600 something reprints and 56 new cards or something. Is what it said on Poke Beach, I think.
Yeah.
Most of it is reprints. So there's
Yes.
like a lot of stuff that would be non-hollow to like have as well. So that would be really cool as well. Another reason to have them. Yeah, 57 cards are new or feature new artwork. The other 685 cards are reprints, but all the EXs are non-hollows.
Yeah.
And we don't get those, unfortunately.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, one of the reasons that a lot of competitive players like non-hollows, and there's a lot of competitive players. You yourself, Azul, are one of these people who likes to. You go out of your way to get non-hollow versions of cards. Like if there's like one that comes in a theme deck or
Yeah,
in um
prize pack.
a prize pack, you go out of your way to get the non-hollow. I was like that
Mhm.
for a long time. I kind of care a little bit less about it now because I just play so infrequently. But I used to also kind of go out of my way to do it. And it's for a couple reasons because sometimes the hollows just feel different. They feel thicker. You can kind of feel them when you're shuffling sometimes. And then also they don't warp if they're not hollow, and you
Yep.
avoid yourself getting like a marked card penalty. That's I think probably the biggest one, especially these days with the way we see how harsh the penalty is in Top Cut for having a marked card. And you'd hate to see something happen where it's like your card is just warped because that's how cards get when you play with them. And it leads to a penalty. So
Yeah, it's actually something I've thought about recently. I think like I might even just start recommending this to player. Just going the full reverse hollow route might just be optimal for minimizing potential penalties because then it's more uniform. Because if you try and go the min rarity route, inevitably your EXs are gonna be more what's it called with hollow cards. So more uniform with hollow cards. So it's like something I've thought about as well. Is like maybe I should just go the full reverse hollow route to avoid potential penalties. Maybe that is the route to go actually, which is unfortunate because it's more expensive. Um, and it's just kind of silly that it has to be a thing, I guess, as well on top of that, or it feels like it has to.
I will
But
say I've thought about this before, like at least getting like full art Pokemon EX and stuff because um the non full arts feel like they're thinner and like warp easier than like the full arts. The full arts feel like they lay flatter, to be honest.
yeah,
So that's very much a thing.
honestly, someone just needs to invent something like a deck compressor. Like it just like takes your deck and like compresses it really tightly together and like dewarps everything. So you can just
It's a
do that
big
before you
thing in,
play.
like, retro and stuff because so many cards from over the years warp so badly. Like, I know
Used to be a
some
lot
like
worse as well.
yeah.
Speaking of that,
I have some decks that I keep, like, these little silica gel packets in. That's a good
yeah.
way to, like, suck some of the moisture out. I've literally seen people who keep their expensive card or don't keep them in, but they will put them in, like, a cigar humidor to, like, suck the moisture out for, like, set period of time, like a day or 2,
Yeah.
um,
What does
to
that
try to
even
help
look
keep them
like?
flat.
Cigar humidor?
It keeps,
Humidor
like, the
box.
moisture
What does that
yeah.
look like? Oh, it's like a little safe almost kind of. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I might have to pick up a humidor to be honest. Keep all my cards in the can you keep them in there like well, you have to like is it's on at all times, or is it kinda like a small fridge or something like that?
Yeah, here you go. Here's a guy doing it. This is like a big thing now is like restoring cards as well, like flatten them between these two like acrylic sheets and like
Card restoration.
getting out
There's
those creases.
probably a pretty big business for that, to be honest.
I've seen some of these posts, like, on my YouTube Shorts and stuff of, like, people turning a card they got, like, a PSA 6, they'll, like, crack it, or,
Humidor
like,
it?
it got, like, a 5, and like, restore it, do all this stuff, and then it gets upgraded to, like, a 6. So it, like, theoretically increases the value a little bit, but it's a lot of effort for, like, one upgrade f unless your card is, like, super, super expensive.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. Yeah, definitely interesting. Yeah, it's like one thing I like thought about recently. I don't know, like, cause I usually people come to me with like recommend or ask me things, and like I want to have like usually I want to have like a recommendation that I tell people whether or not they want to take my advice is whatever. But I feel like that might be one thing I start like recommending to people is just go the reverse hollow route. It's just safer. Like I like when people ask me is like the big one is like shuffling. It's like is there any reason to riffle shuffle? And the answer is really no, and it only just like potentially jeopardizes the potential of a card getting marked more
it's
than just not
faster, and
shuffling.
it feels better, and it's what's right. It's what's right, Azul.
Is not faster. It's equal. It's about equal time. You can do way more mashes than the time it takes to do a riffle, so it's about equal. It is less
Mm.
of mash. A single mash is less efficient than a riffle, but it makes up for it in terms of how many mashes you should be able to do with practice compared to a riffle. So
Yeah.
just do what you can to protect yourself from getting penalties. Going full hollow might be the way now, to be honest, which is sad. Unless they bring us these non-hollow EXs and stuff, which are super sick looking. Or actually, the strat is move to Japan or get
Get
Japan
legal residence in
in
Japan.
Japan and then play. Oh no, but you'd have to be. How would that even work? No, because then you couldn't get an invite from championship. Well, you just have to win a tournament. Just do the
Yeah, you just have
Ryuki.
to win a tournament.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's kind of what I have to do for my world's invite, anyways, right now. So it's like the same, and I get to play with Japanese cards then, and then they're non-hollow EXs. Okay,
A
fair
lot of
enough.
Japanese players do get, like, full English decks, though.
True, but why?
Like, Ryuki plays with English cards.
You don't need to anymore though. Maybe he had them
You
from
don't need
before.
to.
Yeah, he maybe had them
Bro, he
from
has, like,
before
Mega Absols and stuff.
in English.
Well, yeah, but I think there is, like, this thing, like, similar to, like, how we think it's cool to play with a Japanese deck if you could. I think it's, like, a similar thing. Like, there's
Yeah,
this
probably.
sentiment where, like, English is cool in Japan, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, we think Japanese is cool, but to them, it's, like, it's just words, right?
Yeah, but it's literally superior card quality and, non-hollows, like, they have the advantage, just, like, factually. So,
True.
gotta get citizenship so I can take advantage of it.
That's your plan, huh? Your grand plan?
At this point right now, it's still cooking it, but we'll see what happens.
Early stages. We haven't gotten in the oven yet. All right, Azul. I think that is it for our episode this week. You got anything else you want to say to people before we get out of here for our weekly bonus episode?
No, I don't think so. Did we mention at the beginning of the episode? We're not going to do the next
No,
2
yeah.
weeks. We're off the next 2 weeks with the holidays.
Yep.
So we'll be back in the new year. I think the next episode will be, right?
Yeah.
The
First week of
7th.
January.
The 7th. Oh, it'll no, it'll be actually wait, next week. Yeah, the 7th, right?
Yep.
Yep. 7th will be the
Will
next
be the
episode.
7th.
So we'll be away for a couple weeks.
Yeah, appreciate the support as always. Thanks as always to everyone for listening. And yeah, we'll be taking off the next couple weeks. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everyone out there listening. Hope you get to spend some time with your loved ones, your friends, your family, all that stuff, and enjoy this season, of course. And if you do enjoy the podcast and you want to get myself and Azul a Christmas present, all you got to do is leave a like, subscribe, comment. All those things help us out a bunch. Let us know you're enjoying the content over here. And it also helps. It really does help more people to discover the podcast. So thanks for an amazing 2025. This was our best year ever for the podcast. You
Is that our
know,
third year? Third year,
third
right?
year, yeah, is
Fourth?
biggest year for us numbers wise.
Yeah.
But I think like best year for us with like just like what we've been doing, I think. I mean, the podcast kind of looks the same as it has always, but like, with what we're doing with our second channel and stuff, a lot of good things happening over in Uncommon Energy Lane. So we really do appreciate the support. Thank you so much for an awesome 2025. And we're looking forward to 2026.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it. We'll catch y'all in 3 weeks, Wednesday, 7 a.m. Eastern.